Because the most important decision you ever make is who your God is. The second most important decision you make is who your wife is. If you get either of those wrong, the rest of your life is painful. Let me jump back to the story. You guys still tracking? Yeah. Okay. I absolutely love you. I believe in you. You matter to me. You matter to your grandchildren matter. Your legacy matters. Your future matters. I'm here because I absolutely love you. And God is a father. A lot of what triggers your anger was caused by your anger. If you're an angry guy and set an anxious environment in your home, and then you come home and it's not a warm and welcoming environment, you're angry because it's not a good place to be. It's not a good place to be because you're there. You're the problem, and you're supposed to be the solution. If you don't feel that your wife or your girlfriend is emotionally intimate and warm and close, it may be because you're angry, and then you get more angry because you feel like they're not emotionally present, and so your anger escalates, and all we do is we just continue to set off avalanches in our own life. And so what happens then is an anger cycle kicks in for a guy. I go to work and I'm angry, and then I come home and they don't respect me and they don't greet me and they're not happy to see me. And then my wife or my girlfriend, she's not emotionally present. More anger. But what caused it? Your anger. Satan works through bitterness because heaven is a culture of forgiveness. Everyone in heaven is forgiven. Hell is a culture of unforgiveness. No one there is forgiven. If you choose unforgiveness or bitterness, you're pulling the culture of hell up into what are oftentimes your most significant relationships. If you forgive, you're inviting the culture of heaven down and the Spirit of God down to heal the relationship. When we're hurting, when we feel offended, when they have wronged us, it becomes an opportunity for Satan to get a foothold into our life that becomes a stronghold, that becomes a chokehold, that becomes a death hold. Sometimes when we speak of something called spiritual warfare, the first line of battle is just the battle to forgive.
God, give me a plan. If he gave you the plan, you wouldn't even believe it. God's going to do something that far exceeds anything that you thought was possible. And had it been told to you, you wouldn't even believe it. Eye has not seen, nor ear heard, neither has it even entered the heart of man what God has prepared. He doesn't give you a plan, he gives you himself. Some of you don't want the person, but you want the plan, and I rebuke you. Give me Jesus. I'll grab a hold of Jesus. Wherever you take me, I'll go. If you say turn left, I'll turn left. If you say go, I don't need a plan. I got the person.
Kingdom of heaven suffers violence, but the violent take it by force. I may not be physically violent. The weapons of my warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. And Satan, I'm here to take your neck. I'm built for this. Somebody shout unto God. Kingdom of heaven suffers.
Life is not all about football or being handsome or being wealthy or being a stud. Instead, life is all about loving God and loving people. And you do that as an electrical engineer. You do that as a janitor. You do that as a homemaker. You do that as a doctor, a lawyer, a nurse, a civil engineer. You use the talents and passions that God has given you to serve God by serving people. God is fair, and I deserve God's judgment and God's wrath because I have flipped God off in my own sophisticated, erudite manner. But I'm very grateful that God is gracious and merciful. And because of that, he chooses not to judge me, but to take the judgment in the person of his Son Christ as he bleeds and dies on a cross for our sin. In Matthew chapter 24, Jesus says, I'm returning. And those of you who have trusted in me, I will bring with me to enjoy eternal life in heaven. And those of you who have chosen to live your lives separate from me, you will spend eternity separate from me. What it means is this. I know that one day Jesus Christ is going to return. Do you know what my biggest fear is? That I might turn over my shoulder as I'm going to meet Christ, look you in the face, and have you tell me, Cliff, we played ball together, we talked, and you didn't have the guts to tell me that this is the way human history was going to end? And to think that I might have to respond, well, you know, I didn't want to be considered a religious nutcase, so I just played it cool. The return of Jesus Christ necessitates you and me, who know Christ, telling everybody we possibly can that he is the truth, the way through death, out the other side to eternal life. And yes, ma'am, yes, sir, he will be returning one day.
Newsflash, the secret of joy in spite of your circumstances is the singular mind that is fixed on exalting Jesus. But right here in this text, the secret of joy in spite of difficult people is a submissive mind, the mind that is yielded to humility and selflessness.